Hmm. Okay, I believe I am live. Just adjust this ever so slightly. Hello, welcome to another live stream. Today is Sunday, the 23rd of February. And if you are brand new to this, sorry, I'm kind of in the middle of making sure everything looked good on that end. If you're brand new to this channel, welcome to the live stream. I usually do these Sunday evenings, and we just basically talk about movies. I talk about some of the things that I watched this previous week, and just whatever else people want to talk about. And so, obviously, as you can see behind me, this is a movie channel. I'm really into physical media, and so yeah, I absolutely just love chatting about physical media and all of the things with you guys. So if you are watching this live, thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to leave any comments in the live chat. And if you are watching this on the playback, thank you for taking the time to watch this. And again, leave any comments down below of anything discussed, and I will get back to you because I do read the comments. So yes, okay. So let's see. Sweet. Uh, Hello, I'm sorry, not how to say your name. Hello, welcome to the live stream. I see a couple people jumping into the to the live chat, but I'm going to start off with talking about the things that I watched this previous week. I don't have a ton. I have one, two, three, four, five, six items that I watched this last week. It's been kind of a crazy week for me, and so yeah, I'm just going to kind of jump right into those. Um, the first thing that I watched, as some of you guys may know, if you've watched, I think it was last live stream I talked about this, but I'm kind of trying to stay within a pattern each week. And so Sundays, I'm trying to watch a Severin film. Mondays, I'm trying to watch I think what I forgot. I left the sheet on the other side of the room, but basically, I'm trying to diversify what I watch throughout the week. And so one day I'm watching Severin, one day I'm watching Vinegar Syndrome, one day I'm watching a director's film or an Arrow Video title, or I'm trying to think a Criterion, and because I have a lot of different boutique labels within my collection now, and I have just a lot of things to still watch, and so I'm trying to watch a good mixture of all of it, because I feel like if I don't do that, then I'm gonna end up just sitting on some stuff that I'll actually adjust this ever so slightly. Let's go there. That looks much better. Um, so yeah, I feel like it's a matter of watching a bunch of different boutique labels, and yeah, so I'm gonna jump right in to the first item that I watched. Let's see, what day was it? I believe I watched this last Sunday. Yes, I watched this on the 16th of the month, and that is the film The Attic Expeditions. This is a film put out by Severin Films from the year of 2000, and this is one that I feel like it had a lot of fun twists and turns. I feel like it was a film that I didn't know anything about it, but it has a lot to do with, if you're questioning the whole time if the things happening are actually happening or if it's all in somebody's mind. And it's just really a fun movie that I really enjoyed. This is one that I feel like I would definitely pass this up on Severin's website, simple like without knowing anything about it, basically because of the artwork. I feel like this doesn't grab my attention that much, but I am very glad that I ended up with a copy, and I actually sat down and watched it because I really enjoyed it. And so I would yeah, definitely recommend checking this out if you are a fan of the Severin films. The next one I watched, this one was on the 17th of the month, and this is a film that, again, I knew nothing about going into it. And I'll just show it here. But this is the film The Great Alligator. This is, again, put out by Severin Films. This is a nice, like, 4K edition of the film, and I absolutely loved this movie. It's basically just set at a little like resort in the middle of the Amazon, like jungle, and there is this giant alligator. I mean, you can probably put that together with just the contents of the cover here, but it's so much fun. It was such a great movie that I really enjoyed it, and I would highly recommend checking this one out, especially if you are a fan of like giants, alligator or crocodile films. I feel like that one was a fun entry into that. The next one I watched, this is one that I watched on the 19th of the month, and this is from the director of Dario Argento. This was the last Dario Argento film that I've never seen, and so this is one that I wasn't really necessarily even looking forward to watching because I've heard so much negative about it, and that is the film The Phantom of the Opera. This is put out actually by Scorpion Releasing. And I have to say, I was not a big fan of this one. I thought that it was very slow. I thought it was actually kind of boring too, in a way. Um, Slow and boring, and the it was very like I feel like it was loosely based off of the Phantom of the Opera story, and I really just was not a big fan. I probably will not be revisiting this one anytime soon, unfortunately. But that was the last Dario Argento film I ever have seen, and so I've seen all of his feature films. I know he did some short films and some other, like I think there's some like TV stuff that he did, but I have not seen that. But yes, I've seen all of his feature films now. Let's see. The next one I watched. This is one on that I watched on the 20th of the month, and this is again one that I've been kind of putting off because it's a genre of film that I'm not super interested in. I feel like it's one that I overall it's like really not a big fan of this genre. But that is the film Django. It keeps there we go. The film Django, and I have to say, I really enjoyed this movie. After watching it and kind of getting into it, it's so well put together. And this is the film from what year was it now? It does not say 66, I think. Yeah, 1966. But yeah, this is the 4K edition of the film, so absolutely beautiful. And overall, I really liked it. I thought it was such a fun, well put together spaghetti western. It reminded me a lot of the Man with No Name trilogy, and yeah, which I mean, I really liked the Man with No Name trilogy, but this one also just it was high up there for me. And I would highly recommend checking it out if you have not seen it already. Mainly because I'm really not a big Western fan, but I really enjoyed that one just because the storytelling was so well put together. The next one I watched, this was on the 21st of the month, and this is actually a Criterion film with spine number 357, and that is a film, The Fallen Idol. This is one that this is out of print now, and I didn't knew nothing about this going into it, and again, fantastic film. This reminded me a lot of, I would not be surprised if this ever was like if this was directed by Alfred Hitchcock, because it had that feeling to it where it was a lot of twists and turns, and it was a very suspenseful film in many ways, and I would highly recommend checking this out if you are a fan of Alfred Hitchcock, because it definitely has that feeling to it. So definitely worth checking out. And then the last movie that I watched this on the 21st of the month as well, and that is the film Amityville 3D. I got this. This is a Scream Factory release. I have this in a box set of the first three Amityville horror films. Definitely not the strongest entry within the franchise, and I was kind of expecting to like this more. Honestly, I really liked the Amityville. See, that'd be 4, 5, 6, and 7. The Cursed Collection, which you can kind of see the box right here. I really liked those films put out by Vinegar Syndrome, and I was not a huge fan of this one. Unfortunately, I thought it was okay. But overall, I probably will not be watching it again anytime soon. But that is everything that I watched in this last week, which really wasn't that much. I feel like I've had some other projects going on, and so that's why I have not been watching as many films. But I'm just going to kind of set these here. Then I'm going to dive into some of these comments. Let's see. Did you get Summer Rental? I did not. Is that a film? Summer Rental. No, I did not get this. Do you like all the Karate Kid movies? What's the one with the new kid or whatever it's called? I think it's part 4. So actually, fun story, Francesco. I've not seen any of the Karate Kid movies, which is one of those film franchise that I feel like I definitely should have seen by now, but it's just one that I just keep putting off. And I think I own most of them. I definitely have Karate Kid 1 and 2, and maybe the remake. I'm not sure. I'm trying to, yeah, Karate Kid 1, 2, and the remake, but I do not have 3. And I don't know if there was a 4th or if the remake counts as a 4th. But yes, I have not. I've not seen the Karate Kid movies, which I definitely need to check out. See, what are your parents' favorite movies and your siblings' favorite movies? So my parents aren't like super into movies. I think my mom's favorite movie is what is it now? Message in the I don't know what's it called? Message in a Bottle with it's a Nicholas Sparks movie. I think that's her favorite movie. And I don't know what my dad's favorite film is. And let's see, I'm trying to remember what my siblings' favorite films are. Um, I do not know. I'm actually not sure which are their favorite films. So I'll have to ask them next time I see them. Um, let's see. Francesco asks, favorite horror title that caught eye when you were younger at the rental store. Mine was Halloween 4 and 5. Halloween 4 is still my favorite horror poster ever. So yeah, I unfortunately I feel like I missed out on the rental store experience. I only really remember going into a Blockbuster like twice in my life. I feel like what my family mainly used the library to get movies a lot, and um, so the rental store, like we didn't rent a whole lot of films growing up, but I remember the film Hostel, Eli Roth's Hostel caught my eye at one point, and one of the Saw films I feel like caught my eye, but other than that, I don't really remember a whole lot of horror films that I saw within the rental store. Um, but yeah, I am kind of sad that I missed out on the rental store days. Um, but did you grab Zombie 3 from Retro Attic? I know you said you needed to get it. No, I did not actually. I thought about it. I was there. What date was that? Saturday? Was that yesterday? Yeah, I was there yesterday, and I saw it. It was still there. It was $7. He has Zombie 3, 4, and 5, each for $7, and I was very tempted to grab it. However, I know they make Severin makes Zombie 3 on Blu-ray, and it's out of print, but it seems like it's a relatively cheap Blu-ray. I think I could probably get it for around 20-ish dollars. So I figured I'll save the $7 and put it towards the Blu-ray, and then because I'd rather have the Severin Blu-ray than I believe a Shriek Show is the company that originally put it out on DVD. So I'll probably end up grabbing it on a Blu-ray at some point because until I do get it, I feel like I have so many things to watch that it's going to be a while before I get around to it. So um, yeah, I'll eventually grab it, but let's see. See if Emilio Estevez, is that how you say his name? I'm so sorry if that's not how it says. Called you for advance if he should be in the next boss in the. I'm not sure what movie is that. Uh, see movies for or Vacation on his Billy the Kid and Young Guns. That is Bill and Ted 4. What would you advise? I am not sure because I don't think I've seen. I'm not sure if what films those are. I apologize. Good to see the movies you watched, and good luck with your projects. Thank you. Yes, I have. So I'm kind of working currently on work related stuff. I'm doing some stuff in the garage right now. And I'm also like editing video stuff for this channel. So it's kind of like a mixture of like three different things. Also just house stuff, house repairs and stuff. So I have like a lot of little things going on, and it's a lot of fun. But yes, if you were oh wait, I skipped one. I'm sorry. So Dick Warlock, a guy who played Michael in Halloween 2, he directed The Birds 2 under a fake name. Interesting. Yeah, I've never seen The Birds 2. I know Vinegar Syndrome put out a Blu-ray of it, but I've yet to see The Birds 2. If you were making a thriller where a mailman stalks a family, pick 3 of the 4 actors for that. Bradley Cooper, Colin Farrell, Anne Hathaway, Lady Gaga. Probably Colin Farrell and let's throw in Anne Hathaway. Let's go Bradley Cooper. Yeah, I'm not like a huge. I mean, Lady Gaga's fine in acting, but definitely not one of my favorites. I honestly have only seen her in one film. So, let's see, Movie Hunter 2020. Evening, everyone. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Let's see. Only reason I know the movie was the remake because they never say never came out. OMG, I hate that song. Assuming you're talking about Karate Kid. I'm not 100% sure though, Francesco. I'm sorry. Let's see. Do you own Heavenly Creatures by Peter Jackson? I do not. No, I actually, or maybe I do. Do I? I don't think I do. Or I might. I'm not sure. I would have to double check. It sounds familiar, but I think I can picture the cover. Yes, actually, I do own that. Yeah, looking at Google, I do own that. I've never seen it, but I do own it. Movie Hunter 2020. If you had to show someone that physical media collecting is awesome, what one release would you pull from your collection to show them, and why? Ooh, that's a great question. I would probably pull. I'm not sure. That's a great question. I feel like there's a lot of. If I had to pull one title to show off like the quality of what 4K can be, I would probably pull 2001: A Space Odyssey, because it just looks absolutely incredible. But if I had to do like a one thing just to show off, I would probably maybe the Ingmar Bergman Cinema Collection. I feel like that one it's just incredible how many films it comes with, and just, it's so much great stuff in there. But I'm not sure. That's a great question. Let's see. I still can't believe you haven't seen The Black Phone. You gotta. Yeah, I've yet to come across a cheap copy of it. So eventually, when I do come across a cheap copy, I'll pick it up. But what is your favorite 3 Halloween movies? Of the Halloween franchise, or just Halloween themed films? I guess I can do both. But Halloween franchise, my favorite Halloween was probably the original. I do like the original. I do like the second one. But I also really like the third one. I have a soft spot for the third Halloween. But if I had to pick just like 3 films that I like to watch around Halloween, I mean, Trick or Treat is always a fun one. I mean, obviously Halloween would be there, and I mean, any of the Friday the 13th series, I enjoy those. So, um, if you could put on a 4K, wait, if you could put on a 4K that brought you to a cinema in 1988, would you rather see Rain Man or Rambo 3? Probably Rambo 3. I mean, Rain Man's a great movie, but I like the Rambo series. I'll be doing an audio Q&A for my first YouTube. That will be fun. Awesome. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Have you seen All Dogs Go to Heaven? Major sleeper pick for missed animation or animated movies. Yes, I have seen All Dogs Go to Heaven. It's been a very long time since I have seen it. Um, I own it. I remember watching it when I was very, very little, but I remember liking it. See, no, Kyle's favorite is Halloween 4. Hasn't had enough coffee. Yes, I do like Halloween 4. It's been a while since I've seen it. I think I watched it. I'm trying to remember. Kind of what I've been doing with the Halloween franchise. I've seen all of them at least twice, but I am now going back a third time and rewatching Halloween films every single Halloween. And so this past Halloween was Halloween H2O. This year will be Halloween Resurrection. The following year, the Rob Zombie Halloween, and so on. But yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Halloween 4. It's been a couple years now. Do you want a $250? Nope, 250 disc carousel player. Yeah, I've thought of doing stuff like that. The um, the thing is with the 250 disc players that they have those. First off, I feel like I would get lost in what is in what spot. So it's like, oh well, I want to watch, I don't know, Days of Heaven, and Days of Heaven is number 132, but like I'm going to completely forget that that is in the spot of 132, unless if there's a menu you can flip through or something. But yeah, I feel like it's a little unnecessary because since I want to display everything, I get it for the people who just want the discs and get rid of the like packaging, but for me it doesn't really make sense. I have like a 300 disc like CD player in the kind of in storage right now. That's going to be I need to put a little belt on it and then sell it. But it's just kind of one of those items that I really don't feel like I would really use. So I probably will never actually use one of those players. But um, let's see. The Let me see here. I'm skipping some. Sorry, guys. Do you have an opinion on who should play the next James Bond? I'd say probably not. Unfortunately, I actually just saw, I think Amazon like bought the rights or something. I don't know if that was actually true or not, but I didn't need to look into it. But I don't know who would play the next James Bond because I feel like uh I don't know. I wasn't a huge Daniel Craig fan. I feel like they really need to find somebody with the same like charm and charisma as like Sean Connery or somebody like that who um, just really embodies the character. I feel like Daniel Craig played it a little too serious, and I feel like, in my opinion, they need someone not to play it like to take it too serious. I feel like it needs to be a fun role. Because the movies are, I mean, they're fun and they're kind of cheesy, but in my opinion, I just feel like they need somebody to be kind of like fun and just have fun with the role. Um, Let's see here. Sorry, I'm getting lost in comments. Let me go back up here. Um, let's see. What items in your collection have your favorite artwork? That's a great question. I love displaying like the bigger boxes within my collection. So you can kind of, I mean, for one, all of my Criterion sets. So the Fellini box set, the Igmar Bergman set, the Godzilla collection, the Gamera set from Arrow Video. All of those have just absolute beautiful artwork. I love the artwork to Hellraiser. It's right here. You can kind of see half of it. The Amityville horror set right here, I really like. Pretty much anything with the face that like is facing out, I just love the artwork for it. But my all-time favorites, I don't know. Maybe the Friday the 13th collection put out by Scream Factory. I just think it's an absolute incredible set. But yeah, I don't know. Any first time watches coming up you're excited for? Yeah, actually, there's a few. I'm trying to think though. So since I am kind of planning out my like doing like watching a movie per like a different label per day, I'm trying to like I don't know. I feel like there's so many things to watch that um, I don't know. It's pretty much all going to be first time watches. So I know I have to watch. I'm trying to think of the title now without turning around. I mean, basically anything put out by Severin, I'm just excited about checking out because it's all stuff that I've mainly never heard of before, but I feel like it's just going to be a fun watch. Criterion, there's always going to be fun Criterion. I know I have here to watch up like soonish is the let's see, Monsters and Madmen box set put out by Criterion. That just seems like there's a lot of fun movies in there. And Ace in the Hole is another one I've not seen that I'm excited about. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. I'm sure I'm going to think of something that is a way better example of something I'm excited to watch first. But um, let's see. I like to switch between each disc manually. I'm not sure what that word means. Um, emulates, disk emulates switching cable channels. I like to switch between each disk emulating switching. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, sorry, I didn't. I completely. I'm really tired. I don't know. I'm like missing a lot of these comments. Um, I like to switch between each disk emulating switching cable channels. Gotcha. Yeah, I misread that first. Yeah, so you're switching within a like 250 disc carousel, switching between. Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like that could be kind of cool. Yeah, I feel like that would be interesting. But I just feel like for me personally, I have too many discs to do that. I would need like a like a 8,000 disc carousel. Um, let's see, should Steve Martin have been a good Brainiac in DC movie, or could he have been? Um, Honestly, I had to quickly look up the character of Brainiac. So I'm not a comic book fan. It's just um, yeah, it's not a genre of film that I am really into, but um, I feel like if they did it right, I mean, just judging off the photos, I feel like he could have been an interesting one. Um, but yeah, he is unfortunately he is just one that or just comic book movies in general is just stuff that I mean I'm just not interested in at all. But yeah, I feel like I mean just judging off the photos and judging off of what Steve Martin looks like, I feel like that could work. Um, iCarly is coming back for a third time after the reboot got canceled, and fans were mad. So they're continuing the story. Yeah, interesting. I remember, yeah, I remember seeing there was like an iCarly remake show or something. I never watched iCarly growing up, mainly because I never had cable, so it wasn't really something I ever watched. But I think my wife watched it, and yeah, I that's interesting. I feel like it's interesting that they are like bringing it back a third time. Let's see. Um, let's see. What product or invention origin movie would you like to see? One for film camera or Slinky or Pet Rock. I feel like a film camera would be interesting. Who would be the best director for each? Um, I'm not sure. Yeah, I feel like a film camera, almost like an origin story of like, you know, how like film, honestly, how just photos in general came to be. I feel like that would be an interesting origin story. But see, Ace in the Hole is great. I also recommend The Glass Alamo. Interesting. Just screened Ace in the Hole at my film appreciation program at the library. Nice. That's awesome. Also, welcome to the live stream, S'mores Indoors. I have not seen you here, or at least in this one. But yeah, I was very happy. I got Ace in the Hole, the 2-disc out of print edition of it from Criterion. I recently got it for, I think it was like $20. It's a Blu-ray DVD combo, which is the exact one that I wanted because I know there was I know that was out of print and it's kind of hard to find for a while, but um, if you were on a plane, would you rather have Rambo or Terminator as the person next to you? Probably Rambo, I'd say. Yeah. Was Ford v or versus Ferrari good? I liked it. I thought it was actually a lot of fun. It also helps that I'm like into the whole car world, so it's kind of fun, especially knowing kind of the story behind everything. I really liked it. I saw it. I think I actually saw it twice, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, a very very well put together film, um, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think I own it on 4K, but I have not watched it in many years. I think it's one of those movies that really once you watch it once or twice, I feel like it's one that you're not going to really revisit all that much. I mean, it's really well put together, but it's another one that I don't know. I guess sip of this quickly. Um, if Duck Duck Goose was made into a movie, who would you cast as the goose? Live action or CGI or digital animation? I would probably do it animated, like a digital animated film. Yeah, I don't know. I really want to see the Elvis movie. It's way good. Yeah, I've actually not seen the Elvis movie. I'm not like a huge like biopics film. I feel like there's a lot. There's a lot of like biopic I have one for Queen, like the Queen movie that came out a couple years ago, the Bohemian Rhapsody. Um, and I also have the movie Rocket Man, but they're movies that I've had for years and I've just never gotten around to watching them. But yeah, biopic films are just not my type of film, I guess, especially music biopics. Just the one that I do want to see a biopic for would be The Killers, because The Killers are my all-time favorite band, and so I don't know. I feel like it'd be such a fun movie to watch. I don't know if there's enough. I mean, there has to be enough story there, but Yes. Let's see. If you could race any movie car, which would you race? Probably the Back to the Future time machine. That's not only my answer, but that's also my that's my dream car. If I could choose to have one car ever, like it would be the Back to the Future time machine. Um, and obviously, it's not a real time machine like in real life, but it would look awesome. I mean, it would be. I would love it to be an actual replica of the movie or the car. Um, and yeah, it'd just be awesome to have. But any Criterion recommendations for the Flash sale? Ooh, that's a great question. Trying to think of ones that I semi recently watched that I really enjoyed. I know they're coming out with just like a ton. They've been putting out some great titles. I mean, anything David Lynch, I'm always going to recommend David Lynch. I just feel like his work is so incredible, especially now that he has passed away. I feel like I feel like a lot of people, especially during the sales, are probably going to try to buy up his films and revisit them. Actually, me and my friends were just talking about Andrei Tarkovsky. So anything that Andrei Tarkovsky has made, I would highly recommend. Stalker is a fantastic, fantastic film. Absolutely beautiful. Some other ones that I'm trying to think of ones that are not super commonly recommended, because those two are very common. This is a movie that I think is absolutely beautiful. It's let's see, Mishima: A Life in Four Chapters. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not, but this is Spy Number 432. Absolutely beautiful, very very fascinating film. The Last Emperor. I'm just looking on my shelf here of which one of some of them, but Last Emperor is also a beautiful film. Anything by Jean-Luc Godard. I'm a big fan of his. I love his work. Let's see. Obviously, Kira Kurosawa, anything from them or from him. What's it called? It's a film that translates to the Red Circle. I forget what the actual pronunciation is, but there's a 4K of it. It's like La something something. That's a fantastic one. Highly recommend getting that film. Sorry, I'm like just kind of trying to browse my collection a little bit. The Wages of Fear is really good. I would highly recommend checking that out. And let's go like one more. Burden of Dreams is uh, um, a very underrated film. I know I have some recommendation videos on this channel for Criterion, but Burden of Dreams is a documentary of making the film Fitzcarraldo, which is a Werner Herzog film, and it is so, especially for people aspiring to be a filmmaker, it is very interesting. So those are some recommendations, but I would highly recommend checking out my other videos on different recommendations within my the what's it called within my channel. But make a live action Doug same age as Doug in the cartoon or a little older. I do not. It's been a very long time since I've seen Doug, the show, or the like, yeah, 7 seasons here. I feel like it would make sense for him to be the same age. Do you know who Stevie Nicks is? Yes. I'm trying to remember if I've actually listened to any of his music. I know, or her music, sorry. I've listened to some of the music, but I don't know if, man. Okay, wait, yeah, she was part of Fleetwood Mac. Okay, yeah. Then I've listened to, yeah. I don't know if I've listened to anything individually by her, but Do you want to see her as a music biopic? Which actress should um, for her? Um, I feel like I feel like the band Fleetwood Mac would make an interesting biopic. However, I know there is a show called Daisy Jones and the Six, which is essentially the story of, as far as I understand it. My wife watched the show and she really enjoyed it. So as far as I understand it, it's kind of um, a similar tone. So if you're a fan of biopics, I would recommend, I guess, checking that out. Um, if you were making a Pulp Fiction diner party, um, or sorry, dinner party, what would you theme the soup as, or call that, and what ingredients? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, I have no idea. Um, is Tremors good? Let's see, any of them. Yeah, I like Tremors. I really enjoy Tremors 1, and man, there's another one that I really liked. They made, I think there's up to 6 now or 7. There's a lot of the films now, and I don't have all of them. And I remember really enjoying the first film. I know one of them is set like in the West. I think that's 4, and I don't really remember the other movies, but I do. I would love to actually. I should rewatch that whole series because it is a lot of fun. When I was at the Retro Attic a couple weeks ago, he had Tremors playing, and I just kind of forgot how much it really is a fun. It's such a fun movie. Um, let's see. I've never seen Pulp Fiction. Is it really as good? Yeah, I really like, so the first time I watched Pulp Fiction, I actually was not a huge fan either. I thought it was just okay, and then I feel like I kind of sat with it and thought about it, and I like it. I don't think it is as good as what people say it is. It's definitely a good movie, but um yeah, I like it overall. I thought it was a fun movie. It's very interestingly laid out. But I know you don't do sports, but did you hear anything about Canada versus USA? I have not. No, I have no idea. I think the last thing I heard about Canada, I'm trying to think if actually, yeah, I have no idea. But um, yeah, I apologize. Um, let's see who is in Daisy Jones and the Six. Let's see. I'm just doing a quick Google search because I have no idea. I don't recognize any of these actors. Yeah, I have no idea. I know it's based off of a book, but I think it's on Amazon if I'm not mistaken. Favorite Rachel McAdams performance. I'm terrible um, when it comes to actors and actresses, like what they actually played. But just looking at some of the movies that she's in, The Notebook, Mean Girls, About Time. I'd probably say out of the ones that I see here, I really like About Time and The Notebook. But probably About Time, I guess. But I don't remember what character she plays, so I do apologize. The 4K Arrow or the Arrow 4K releases of Tremors, some of them look amazing. Yes, I would love to get the 4K, especially the limited editions. Yeah, I would love to get those at some point. I only have all the Tremors movies on DVD, but if you were going to the sun, what scientist would you bring with you? I'm not sure. Maybe Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2 because he was doing the stuff with the sun, I guess. Um, see, Rachel McAdams was in Doctor Strange. She was good. I like Doctor Strange 1. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen Doctor Strange. I because I've not seen what is it, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness or whatever it's called. I've not seen that one, but Um, yeah. See, what Wes Craven comes back to life and is 20. He wants to make Psycho. Is that okay? Um, I feel like Psycho is one of those films. Like, I don't know, because even somebody like Wes Craven, I don't know if he could have like done Psycho justice. Because I know they've tried to remake Psycho. With Vince Vaughn, and that didn't go very well. But um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like sure, I mean, he could try it. It's definitely one that he could try doing, but um, and so you're not missing much. Sidelined in his own movie, but it's one of the best visuals you'll see in the MCU. Sam Raimi did a good job. Yeah, I gotta take these off. Sorry, I gotta readjust. But I wanted to watch the Multiverse of Madness movie, but my friend told me that I basically have to watch WandaVision for things to make sense, and I do not have the time commit like to watch a whole Marvel show. Um, and yeah, so maybe someday I'll watch it. But again, it's just I mean, I feel like superhero films are just really not my thing. Um, let's see. What is your favorite special feature or bonus content that Criterion has included? That is a great question. I do a terrible job with watching the behind the scenes or the bonus feature stuff of Criterion, and I know that's like half of what Criterion really is because you get so much. I'm trying to think of a specific example of like something that I've watched that Criterion has like included on one of their discs, like whether that's like a making of or something like that. But nothing's coming to mind right now. Um, hmm. I definitely have watched a couple of like the making of certain movies, but yeah, I have no idea. That's a great question. Let's see. Make Sydney Sweeney the Kristen Alley role in new Look Who's Talking. Who would you cast as the baby voice? I've never seen Look Who's Talking. That's a film that again I feel like I should have probably seen by now, but I have just um, yeah, I should probably have seen it by now. So maybe someday I'll get around to watching it. Um, but let's see, Andrew's The Amazing Spider-Man 3 or Toby Hooper, Toby or not Toby Hooper, Toby's Spider-Man. Toby, I'm assuming you're talking about Toby Maguire. Yeah, Toby Maguire's Spider-Man. Would you want, if only one, for its Spider-Man 4? Wait, let me reread that. I'm assuming Andrew Garfield, The Amazing Spider-Man 3, or Toby Maguire's Spider-Man. That would you want only one. Okay, so if I had to pick between the two, if I could only get a fourth film made, um, I'd probably I don't know because I liked Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man movies, but I feel like the second movie was basically just a setup for future movies that never happened. Um, so I don't know. I didn't like the second Andrew Garfield film, but I would say probably a Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 4. I feel like that'd be fun. Um, is American Me good? Does that have a good Blu-ray or 4K yet? American Me. I'm not sure. I've never heard of that. I apologize. Um, do you think the Criterion Collection has influenced the way modern films are presented on physical media? I would say yes. So, actually, fun fact: Criterion is the reason why we have special features today. Because way back in the Laserdisc era of Criterion, with their second release of King Kong, that was they put an audio commentary, like an option for an audio commentary on that disc, and so basically that kind of started the whole world of special features where you like now with Laserdisc you could add special features. Of course, when it came to VHS, they had behind the scenes stuff of like you could watch. There's a separate tape for all the making of or whatever. But this was one that you could actually it introduced like audio commentary and stuff. So I would definitely say they have influenced like Criterion has influenced physical media releases overall. But favorite Cedar Point roller coaster. So I've only been to Cedar Point twice in my life. Even I mean that's kind of one big thing Ohio's known for, but I've only been there twice, and I'm not a huge roller coaster fan to begin with, so I don't know if I have a favorite. I know the Gatekeeper was like the first roller coaster I ever really rode there, so I guess that one. But yeah, I know some people who are like really really into it. I will say though, out of all the roller coasters I've ridden, Universal Studios in Orlando definitely beats Cedar Point. It is just a far better experience and just honestly just way better rides. If I had to choose between going to the two, I would highly recommend going to Universal. I feel like it's just a better place to ride rides, but All Hallows Eve. Do I need to see it to maybe get a bit more out of Art the Clown? And isn't Terrifier technically a spin-off? I guess I know nothing about All Hallows Eve. So yes, um, the um, technically speaking, the All Hallows Eve is a like it's almost like an anthology kind of where it starts off with like a babysitter watching a like a creepy tape that one of the kids got in like their trick or treat bag, and it's a bunch of like little short scary films on this VHS tape, and the through line of all of them is that Art the Clown kind of keeps appearing. Um, and there's one segment that is dedicated to Art the Clown, and um, yeah, I feel like it's okay. I feel like if you liked the Terrifier films, you would probably like All Hallows Eve. Um, and it's definitely low budget, but yeah, I would say it's worth a watch. But definitely not one that I would probably spend a ton of money on. I would say if you get it at a good price, definitely don't even worry about All Hallows Eve 2. That movie was, I watched it once and actually got rid of it because it's just like, it has nothing to do with Art the Clown. It's very cheesy and honestly kind of boring. So, um, but yes, and I guess technically speaking, then, yeah, the, the Terrifier series is a spin-off of All Hallows Eve, if you want to look at it like that way. But yes, and yes, there's All Hallows Eve 1 and All Hallows Eve 2. Um, yeah, I really don't even remember All Hallows Eve 2. I have the first movie somewhere. Yes, I have it on Blu-ray, but I've watched it the one time of All Hallows Eve 1, and I don't really I don't know. I put it in once. I've yet to watch it again, but would you rather make a Western or a musical? Probably a Western. Really not a big musical fan. I feel like there's also just I don't know. I feel like musicals are just hard to do. What would the Western be about? I don't know, because I feel like with westerns, there's really a very limited, like there's very limited stories you can tell with a western. It's usually about like an outsider coming into a town, and the town's being overran by bad guys, and the bad guys have to get driven out by the outsider. That's kind of the premise of a lot of western films. Um, and I don't know. I would want to do maybe a Western that's like not our traditional Western. But I don't know. But let's see. I'm probably gonna wrap this up here shortly. Because I've been talking for almost an hour. But yeah, I try to keep these live streams right around an hour. I guess. But favorite ride at Universal Orlando. Um, Probably the Velocicoaster. Either that or Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure. Both are just honestly fantastic and a lot of fun. Yeah, I really like all of those. I mean, even the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk ride is a lot of fun. But Velocicoaster is absolutely insane. Um, if Russell Crowe wanted to play an astronaut where he played the leader of a new Mars society, would you watch that? Possibly. Russell Crowe wanted to play an astronaut where he leaves. I don't know. I feel like Russell Crowe's one of those actors that is like he's a hit or miss for me. Some of his movies I enjoy, some are just okay. But I don't know. Just he's an okay actor. But yes, I will probably be ending the live stream here unless there's anything else people wanted to discuss. Any other comments, questions, concerns, things people wanted to talk about. But if there wasn't anything, thank you guys for taking the time to tune into the live stream. I really do appreciate it. And a little hair on the microphone. I do appreciate it. If you are watching this back on the playback, please feel free to leave any comments of things discussed, and I will get back to you on that. And yes, I'm trying to think what else I usually say on these. Expect a video this week. I know I haven't posted a video in the last like 2 weeks on my channel, or maybe even 3 weeks. I don't know. It's been a couple of weeks since I've made a video, but I've been working on one that I'm excited to share with you guys, and so that will eventually be put out on the channel. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. So I hope everybody out there has a great week. I will say I won't have there will be no live stream Sunday next week. So I have some stuff going on. So I hope everybody out there has a great couple of weeks here, and I'm hoping that you guys are able to watch some fantastic movies. And yeah, I hope everybody else out there just has I hope the weather actually in Ohio it's starting to warm up a little bit, but we'll see if it might go back to being freezing cold. So I have no idea. But anyways, guys, thank you again for watching the live stream. I do appreciate it. And I hope everybody out there has a great evening. Take care, guys.